Alrighty, here now. We're 335 years in the future, and we have seen some consolidation. I feel like that's what we say every single time, but you know, it's true. It's true. For every barony being its own county now, there is a lot more consolidated, except for this part of northern France. For whatever reason, they decided, no, we're better off staying as our own little duders, doing our own looter dooder thing. I wonder if that happened anywhere else in the world. It seems like there's some counties that have stuck out, but for the most part, it looks like someone is either run by a duchy or a king of some sort. Catholicism, it's 1066, probably the first one as usual. We're starting to see that to be true. Yep, Ashri, Orthodox. Maturidism. Ah, interesting. Some Catholics out here in the Far East and some apostles. I did not realize that they would have made the jump. I'm not really sure. Let's actually delve into this really quickly and see how this came about. Made the jump because his family was, yeah, firmly pagan, and then for whatever reason, maybe got a stress event, maybe got some random irk. Maybe he went on vacation out here in Armenian area and decided, yeah, I'm going to become this faith. Maybe really thought it was a good faith. Either way, it's goofy. Let's talk about culture next. With how much baronies there were and counties, you would think there'd be a lot more individual cultures, and there are. It seems like the English Isles, or the English Isles, the British Isles, as you can see. Let's do culture. All right, let's get into culture. With every barony being its own county, you would think there would be a lot more splits. And there is a fair amount. Pool as its own split. Mercian. Surprisingly enough, the AI did exactly what I thought they would do, was just start splitting up the lands, because they can do that when they have their own independent realms and enough prestige, which is great. Great. We like to look and see what nasty little things kingdoms have been made. There's another Burgundy. There's two Burgundies. That's goofy. Gone through multiple splits. Norman Kingdom, Orleans Kingdom, Lotharingia is taking parts of their lands. It's not good for France. As for Germany, Einhold, looks like Transuranian is a kingdom. Yeah, lots more kingdoms than expected. Splitting the normal kingdoms up, especially this is a little kingdom. What's going on with you, little kingdom? How did you get formed? Paus. I'm surprised. You're like a one duchy kingdom, aren't you? Yeah, you're essentially one duchy kingdom. Empire map mode. Yeah, I would also say not a lot has changed, except for France has taken more bites out of parts of Italy and the HRE. But everybody else, it's probably because, like I said, not a lot of empires were formed. I think maybe one or two had been formed. I think only one actually got formed, the Khazari. Everybody else was not able to make it come to fruition. Just took them too long to do it. This time lapse actually went on for only about 30 hours. Usually they're much longer. For whatever reason, my computer was able to make everything happen at the right pace and time. The east and steppe area has pretty much stayed purple. Like some places, I wonder if some places didn't even get a single point in development. Now it looks like some development, no matter what, has come through. I'm trying to see if there's one place that has like 0 or like, for the most part, everybody did get some development, but a lot of the world hasn't gone up past like 10. It seems like 10 is pretty standard across the board. Europe is a little bit more developed, but the most is at least over 51, and with I think Byzantines having 52 in their capital, which is good for them. Next, let's look at the strongest, the Arabian Kingdom, and they're sitting at about 76,000, which it seems like a lot less than it should be. They are making a shit ton of money, but that's probably due to the fact that the domain is so much more expanded. They have a domain of 10,000 Normally they can't even get close to that. So they have at least 13, which I'm really surprised that they don't fill out with all their lands being owned by them. I don't know if it's just like the AI is like, this guy has 48. So some AI chooses to keep their lands more under their thumbs, and everybody else chooses, a lot of other people choose not to. So what have we learned? I think what we learned is that even though with zero development, the world still will eventually develop the land. We do see a lot less kingdoms compared to the kingdoms and empires, I think, compared to the one where we had 100 dev. I thought we had more expansion there and more consolidation, but there are empires, so that's interesting to see. The other thing we see is, as usual, we'll see the 1066 start, where Christians and Catholics and everybody still wins out overall. That I'm really surprised that we had apostles out here in the East. Usually that spot is either Catholic or Orthodox, or one of the Muslim faiths. Not of all of the Christian faiths, this is one of the stranger ones to have come through. What else? The normal areas that we thought would developed. Cordoba, Czech area, and Byzantines. We also saw much weaker people. Everybody didn't seem that strong, with only having 16,000 or 10,000, maybe just because development.